Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the best location in my opinion for Season 7. I'm going to be going into a few reasons why I think this location is the best out of any other location. And if you want to get wins, this should be your go-to location. I've had so many win streaks from this location starting in Season 7. Typically, I like to land tilted a lot, but when I want to play a little bit slower or just go for some easy wins, this is a location that I go to, I would say 9 times out of 10. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys have not already, make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. I am very active on there. I post a ton, so you definitely don't want to miss out. So make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. And alright guys, let's go into the video. Alright, so here, I'm going to show you guys the best location to land at Season 7, in my opinion, for easy wins. I'm going to explain in a lot of reasons why I think this is the best location to land at when it comes to loot, getting an airplane, and just other things like that in Season 7 that are a must for coming for easy wins. So here's the location I'm talking about. It is right outside retail, and this is a really good location for a lot of reasons. And the first reason I would say is not a lot of people come here. Maybe from time to time you might have 1 or 2 people contest, but that's really rare. You don't see a lot of people coming to this location at all. So you're going to find quite a bit of good loot right here. I came off the start with a heavy AR, and the heavy AR is my preferred AR. It is so strong, it's like a 40 plus body shot, 90 plus to the head. So it's a absolute monster to the body and headshot. And really when it comes to this gun, you really have to wait for that burst shot accuracy. But if you can get that burst shot accuracy and hit your shots with it, you're going to be doing a lot of damage and you're going to get a lot of quick knocks. And when you come into a location like this, typically you're going to come out with a pretty good loadout. You know, you have a good AR, really you don't even need, any really, good weapons when it comes to rarity. Good weapons as in like you have an AR, shotgun, and SMG, because that's really all you need to win a couple gunfights in the early game. Late game, it might be a little bit better to have, better weapons. But in that early game, it really doesn't matter, and going to this location, just getting all the guns you could want is going to really set you up for this game. So here I have the AR, a pump, and an SMG. I also have 50 shield, which is also really important when it goes for going for those wins, because I hate getting picked off at the beginning. And personally, I get picked off at the beginning a lot because I like to go for those high kills, so I'm contesting early, going for a lot of kills, and I'm not really having a ton of shield because I'm running through tilted towers. But at the same time, I do play very different from when I have no shield to where I have full shield. If I have full shield, I'm rushing everyone I can, trying to get as many kills as possible before I lose all of my shield. But when I have no shield, it is a little bit risky because you can get destroyed within an instant. And I'm not even gonna lie, this bot scared me. I don't even know where this guy came from at all. I don't know if he came from the other abandoned houses or he came from maybe the bridge area. See, I don't even know where this guy came from, but he did give me an extra big shield, so I'm coming out of this with almost full shield. I would have like a 191 or something like that. So I come out with really good shield, almost max. Another reason why this location is so good, because every single game there's going to be a plane that spawns here. And this is it's a spawn location. There's only one other spot on the map where only one plane spawns. It's somewhere in the ice area, the new areas of the map. And the new areas of the map are very heavily contested, especially early in Season 7, because they're new, they're new areas. So a lot of people are going there. Eventually it's gonna die out. I typically don't go over there because it's just really long range, and I just don't like fighting without mats. So those are the 2 reasons why I typically don't go over there unless I have to. But one of the locations in there, and then at this exact location, are the 2 areas where you're going to find one plane spawn. And it's going to spawn here every single time in that broken house. And say you loot up, maybe you don't like your loot, so if you have good loot, typically, I could push Retail Row, or maybe I could go to Salty, either or if I don't find anything I want, or I need more shield, or just want more mats, or want more anything, what I can do is I can go towards Salty, and there's going to be another abandoned house right in front of me, and this one, there's a 1 spawn chest location, and there's probably going to be some floor mats or something like that. You can find some shield, maybe a better gun. And in front of that, at the watchtower near Salty Springs, there's also another chest location on top of that. So that is 2 chest locations right there. And once you can either grab the loot here, and then there's also 3 more abandoned houses which all spawn chests. Of course, they're not going to spawn there every single game, but there is chest locations at all 3. There's one below me that's kind of be next to the bed. There's one right here that's going to spawn on top, and another chest that spawns in this building right here. The other chest locations it didn't spawn for, which is really unlucky. But I had full shield, and I still had some bandages, some good loot, so I really wasn't complaining. And from here, I pretty much have everything that I can want in an early game. I have pretty much almost max shield. I have a good loadout, and as well I have a plane. So I have everything that I could possibly want in an early game. So that's really good. I have a ton of loot. The only thing extra I could want maybe is a little bit extra minis. And from time to time, you are going to find a player or two that goes over here. So I tag this guy once, tag him again with my AR, and I try to edit him down, but I wasn't able to. So this guy drops down, and they try to take my plane. That was pretty much his last resort, just go for the plane. So I ended up picking him off, and he did drop me one extra mini, which is really clutch. Just having that extra shields is really important, because having full shield is really good, but if you get laser for your shield and you don't have any extra shields to replace it, it could screw you over a little bit later, because finding shield can be tricky at times. I had a game just the other day where I didn't find any shields the entirety of the game until like the top 10. I had 8 kills, I searched so many chests, and I couldn't find anything at all. I found no shields from the people I killed, from the chest I opened. I mean, it was just a really bad game for shield, and I ended up dying that game because I had no shield. I went up against like 2 guys that had both, you know, quad launchers, RPGs, so I was getting spammed left and right by the rocket launchers. I really think when it goes for easy wins in Season 7, you want to land at a location that is kind of near a plane spawn location as well. So there's plane spawn locations in a lot of different places. There's some by Dusty, there's some by Tomato Temple, you have some in the ice area, and then you have some at the house. So there's different other locations as well, but those are the main ones. And you really want to land at a place where you can loot up, get a few kills, and then go towards a plane, because plane is a really good way to get around the map. You can use it as a rift, or you can use it to do damage to other players, and I've gotten quite a bit of kills with it. I've done quite a bit of damage, because I don't know, like the turrets on it or the minigun on it, whatever it is that, you know, allows you to shoot, it actually does a pretty good amount of damage. It does like 30 damage a shot, and if you're going right next to them, you're coming right towards them. A lot of times, I've had it many times where they've had 200 HP, and I would knock off, you know, 30 for 3 times or 30 for 4 times. So I'm hitting for 90, 120 damage. And on top of that, after I deal that damage, I'm going to run my plane right through them, which can do an additional 40 damage. Depending on how fast I'm going, it can do even 70 to 100 damage. And that's another tip with the plane. If you want to deal more damage going into your plane, if you want to crash into someone, which I typically do, because, you know, there's no incentive to basically just not just rush everyone with the plane, because the plane, you can honestly just take it through tilted. You can go through every single building, and it doesn't do any damage to the plane, or does minimal damage to the plane. So you could constantly just rush that plane through structure without any consequences always. Honestly, it's kind of easy. I feel like if you ram it straight into the ground, or you ram into a building, it should do a lot of damage to the plane, because you shouldn't be able to do that constantly, but you are able to. So if I see someone building and I'm in a plane, I'm going to come down full send with the plane, get a few tags, or try to get a few tags on them with the turrets on the plane, and then crash to their build. And I even had a few kills where if it's on top of a hill or anything like that, I'd actually hit them with the plane and then knocked them all the way to the ground, and they died because of fall damage. It's really funny, but also at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. And as well, a lot of the times what I do with the plane is after I get all those tags off, I'll jump out of the plane, and the plane really won't fly too far, so you're able to get it right after. But if you do all that damage with the plane, hop out of the plane, a lot of times when you go against a lot of players, they're not even going to notice that you jumped out of the plane. So when you're coming down, you hit them for a lot of damage, you hit them with the plane, and you jump out of the plane immediately. A lot of times those players are still going to be focused on the plane, and they're going to have absolutely no idea where you went. So you can have a few free shots on them, because they're going to be still looking up, trying to shoot out that plane, but you're going to be right down with them, because once you jump out, you actually go a little bit behind the plane where you normally would look like he jumps out. So it's honestly kind of hard to explain, but you're really going to catch a lot of players off guard if you go full send through their builds and then jump off the plane to finish them off with a shotgun or an SMG spam. And this game right here was actually the first game that I found the sword, and using it, it's actually pretty powerful. I'm not going to use it pretty much ever, because for me, it glitches out a little bit. I have this weird glitch where if I press the trigger once, it's going to constantly swing, which is super annoying. It, you know, messes me up a ton, because if I try to swing once and I swing like 3 times, the other player looking at me is just going to melt me. So it's super annoying. And I have this weird glitch where I die to fall damage after I hit left trigger. So I basically went to, because once you hit that left trigger and you swing forward, you don't take any fall damage at all. But it kind of glitched out, and I landed and then I fell off. Something super weird. So I've had a few glitches with it. So for me personally, I'm not going to be using the sword too much, but this was the game that I used, and I got the final kill with the sword as well. And once you pick up the sword, you have 400 HP. So if you can get good with the sword, you can do a ton of damage really quickly, and it's going to be very hard to hit you, because if you're constantly jumping around, because once you have that sword, you're increased in speed, so it's going to be very hard to hit that player who has a sword. So this was the last player I ran into. The sword does 75 damage per hit, which is a ton, and it has a little bit good of a reach, because I can hit a guy from a few feet in front of me. They don't even have to be right next to me. And with that being said, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you could, drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.